Here are the headlines. On our local news this morning, Osun dredges waterways to prevent flooding. Olubado, Sohun, Olowo, Oluwo, other Yoruba monarchs demands peace. NIEVS backs Fashola on need for data bank. Political news this morning, Delta by-election, INEC declares PDP a vive winner. Comment on Buhari, face your business. Umai supporter blast Wike Udeogu. And on our business news this morning, IDU NNPC refinery sell 463.63 million naira worth of electricity. On our sport news, Zanetti motivated me against Empoli Okereke. And on our health news this morning, lawyer, physicians differ on compulsory COVID-19 vaccination for Nigerians. On our foreign news, these 5 Indian states are administering COVID vaccines faster than other foreign countries. On entertainment news this morning, Nigerians in US celebrate Yoruba culture. Full details coming up next. Osun dredges waterways to prevent flooding. The Osun State government has commenced dredging of waterways in 2 towns of prevent flooding. The government also charged residents to be alive to their responsibilities towards the prevention of flooding by refraining from blocking waterways with waste. A statement by the Special Advisor on Environment and Sanitation to the Governor, Mr. Rufus Oyegbile, on Sunday said the dredging was in response to the warning of the Nigerian Hydrological Service Agency and the Nigerian Meteorological Agency that had listed Osun to be among flood risk states. The statement read in part, "We must have it on record that in the last 2 years, the government has done a lot on dredging of the rivers and waterways across the length and breadth of the state. Although our efforts have been challenged with the recent flood incidents in some parts of the state, this affirms the need for serious and urgent action by the government and other critical stakeholders. Olubadon, Sohun, Olowo, Oluwo, and other Yoruba monarchs demand peace. Prominent traditional rulers in the 6 states of the southwest geopolitical zone have joined all Yoruba sons and daughters to embrace peace and ensure acts that can lead to the disintegration of Nigeria. The traditional rulers, including the Olubadon of Ibadan land in Oyo State, Oba Saliu Adetunji, Sohun of Ogbomosho land, Oyo State, Oba Jimoh Ajagunbade, L3, Olowo of Owo, Ondo State, Oba Ajibade Gbadegedeshin, Ogunye 3, Oluwo of Iwo land in Osun State, Oba Abdulrasheed Akanbi, Onisan of Isan Ekiti, Ekiti State, Oba Gabriel Adetila, Olu of Moluko, Ashipa, Igbore, Abeokuta, Ogun State, Oba Nureni Adeshina and the Elemure of Emure Ekiti, Ekiti State, Oba Emmanuel Adebayo stated this when a delegation of the Yoruba Appraisal Forum YAF, led by its national coordination, Adesina Animashaun, paid them peace advocacy and courtesy visits in their respective palaces last week. According to them, violence will only lead and end up worsening the already tense situation in the country. The royal fathers advised Yoruba youth to support all efforts to assure absolute peace in Nigeria and appealed to the individuals and groups agitating for a separate Yoruba nation to sheath their swords and rather join hands with other patriots to work with the development and growth of Nigeria. NIEVS said blacks bash Fashola on need for data bank. The Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers has corroborated the assertion of the Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, that Nigeria does not have a 17 million housing deficit. The President NIESV, Emmanuel Wike, said the body was in full agreement with the minister's statements during a courtesy visit to the minister on Thursday. According to a statement by the Ministry of Works and Housing, Wike was quoted as saying, "We are in total agreement with you on the reliability of the 17 million housing deficit being brandished in Nigeria for lacking scientific proof. We are using this opportunity to reaffirm the importance of data bank and our commitment to the provision of a property data bank for all state capitals and major cities in Nigeria." In his remarks, Fashola said there is more in demand housing due to people that move from rural areas to urban center to squat in the city. And when demand exceeds supply, there will be scarcity. The solution lies in having acquired data of empty houses in the cities. The minister urged the institute to come up with accurate data on the housing issue, adding that such data would help towards solving the housing problem. While commenting on the Land Use Act, the minister said the law is not the problem, it is enough to say repeal the law. The community's finding over land resulted in enacting the Land Use Act. Every section of the Land Use Act has been interrupted by the Supreme Court. Administration of the law is the problem rather than the law itself. And our political news coming up next. Delta by-election, INEC declares PDP Evive winner. The Independent National Electoral Commission has declared the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Evive Ovuokpure, as a winner of the Isoko South State Constituency 1 in Delta State by-election held on Saturday. The election result was announced on Sunday morning by the returning officer, Professor Christopher Onose Muode, at the Constituency Coalition Center, Isoko South, INEC Local Government Area Office. The State House of Assembly seat became vacant following the death of Kenneth Ogba in June this year. The by-election to fill the vacant State House of Assembly seat was contested mainly by candidates of the PDP, Ovuokpure Evive, who polled 6,957 votes. Michael Iman Paul of XDP, who had 1,291 votes, and Dr. Gaga Ifowodo of APC, who got 1,301 votes. Ifowodo of APC, who got 1,381 votes. Comment on Buhari, face your business. Umahi's supporter blast Wike, Ode Ogu. One of the ardent supporters of Governor David Nweze Umahi and chieftain of all the Progressive Congress APC in Ivo local government area of Ebonyi State, Chief James Aronweke weekend blasted Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State and the People's Democratic Party over their reaction on Umahi's statement on the type of president Nigeria needs in 2023. Nweke, who had served as a two-time state commissioner for youth empowerment and poverty eradications and attacks dialogue unleashed on Umahi by Governor Wike were possible because Wike was suffering from Alzheimer's disease. According to the former commissioner, every meaningful and patriotic Nigerian knows the arrogant and repulsive nature of Governor Wike and so cannot be trusted to make meaningful statements. No victimization of any sort in Skwan Akigbe. Why can't he focus and continue his VAT collection because business, or better still, emulate Governor Umahi's poverty eradication and youth empowerment programs, which have positively affected the lives Ebonyi people, rather than playing to the gallery to attract baseless media attention. The good members of PDP cannot be cowed on how Wike masterminded the removal of Prince Uche Secondus because of his tenure elapsed and installed Yemi Akinwumi as the AG chairperson. Wike's overbearing attitude of using his state funds to cause the crisis, unrest and draconian policies in the PDP is no longer a hidden subject matter. On our business news, Idle INNPC refinery sells 463.63 million naira worth of electricity, while they did not process a single barrel of crude oil in 2020. Warri and Kaduna refineries earned a lot of money from the sale of electricity. Their audited financial statements have shown. The two refineries have a combined installed electricity generation capacity of 179 megawatts. According to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the group managing director, NNPC Mele Kiari, had said in September 2020 that all the government-owned refineries were shut down because the delivery of crude oil to them was completely challenged because the pipeline network has been completely compromised by vandals. The plants, which are located in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, and Warri, have a combined installed capacity of 445,000 barrels per day, but have been in a state of disrepair for many years. Warri Refinery and Petrochemical Company, in its notes to the financial statement, said it generated an income of 463.63 million naira from the sales of power last year, from down 462.56 million naira in 2019. It has a design potential potential to generate 125 megawatts of electrical power from these 3 gas turbine generators and 3 steam turbo generators, according to the NNPC. The refinery, designed to refine allocated local crude oil of 125,000 barrels per day to petroleum products, has not processed crude since May, Kaduna Refinery. Petrochemical company said it earned 30.27 million naira from the sale of electricity in 2020 compared to zero income in the previous year. There are 14 megawatt hour per steam turbines at the KRPC with a total capacity of 56 megawatts per hour, according to NNPC's website. Kaduna Refinery has a capacity to refine 110,000 barrels of crude oil daily, but has not processed crude since June 2019. Port Harcourt Refining Company, which has been idle since March 2019, said in its financial statement that it would vigorously pursue the expansion and turnaround of its plant for productive use. It said the efforts put in place by the management with support of corporate headquarters encouraged the Federal Executive Council to approve the sum of $1.5 billion, approximately 575 billion naira, in March 2021 for the rehabilitation of the refinery plant, which is to be completed in 3 phases starting from 18th month. PHRC said it carried out a comprehensive physical stock taking last year, and the sum of 1.4 billion naira was established as the cost of various spare parts and materials that were either damaged or obsolete in 2019. And on our sport news, Zanetti motivated me against Empoli Okereke. David Okereke says manager Paolo Zanetti's confidence in him was the motivation he needed to score and hand the club their first Serie A win of the season. The newcomers grabbed their first win of the season, beating Empoli 2-1 away from home, courtesy of goals from Thomas Henry and Okereke. Henry opened the scoring in the 13th month before Okereke made it 2.20 in the 68th minute. The Nigerian took the ball from deep inside his own half and ran at the opposite defenders before releasing a low shot into the far corner. Nedim Badrami scored a consolation goal for the hosts in the 89th minute from the penalty spot. Excited at getting his first goal for the club, which ultimately ensured the maximum point. Okereke, who came on for Antonio Vaca in the 67th minute, hailed Zanetti for the confidence imposed on him. I'm really happy. It is a great victory. After a difficult start, we gathered together in the training camp. We understood that it was necessary to be together and play as a team, Okereke told Zan. I dedicated it to the fans who came to support us. I'm happy, Zanetti told Go Beast, that motivated me. This is an important victory for the whole team. NFF to sign sponsorship with Premier Lotto. The Nigerian Football Federation deal with being betting company Premier Lotto Limited on Monday. Today, in a statement by the Communications Department of the NFF on Sunday, the betting company, popularly known as the Baba Ijebu, will become the official bet sponsor of the national teams. Premier Lotto's sponsorship deal follows similar ones with while the MTN, APs, Delta, and Revolution Plus. While the financial details of the deals with Delta and Revolution Plus were not disclosed, NFF announced that its deal with MTN was worth 500 million per year for 4 years, while the deal with APs is 300 million per year for 4 years. NFF President Amaju Pinnick said the federation was happy to be involved with Premier Lotto. He said the betting company came out with smelling roses when the NFF made its research about them. We are very excited to finally seal the partnership with Premier Lotto. We're happy with what they are doing and the processes and checks that have put in place to ensure integrity, credibility, intelligence, and sustainability. We did our due diligence and Premier Lotto came out smelling like roses. It is a partnership that we believe will last for a long time, Pinnick said. On our health news, lawyers, physicians differ on compulsory COVID-19 vaccinations for Nigerians. Mixed reactions have greeted the announcement by the Edo and Ondo state government to make COVID-19 vaccinations mandatory for citizens. Legal and medical practitioners have expressed opposing views on the media, which the government of the two states said is aimed at curbing the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. While some physicians have applauded the move, legal practitioners are kicking against the compulsory vaccinations on citizens, arguing that it is illegal. According to medical experts, getting vaccinated against COVID-19 is crucial to reducing the risk of contracting and spreading the virus. Recall that the Edo State government had last said Thursday said teachers and other members of the public who do not get at least a dose of the available vaccines may be prevented from performing their official duties. The state government had also in August 21 announced plans to make it possible for residents to take the vaccines and present the certificates before accessing areas of large gatherings. Also, the state Executive Council last Monday announced that every adult resident in the state must be vaccinated as part of the effort of the government to contain the spread of the Delta variant of the virus. However, a legal practitioner, Mr. Luboros Osoma, said there is no provision of the law mandating Nigerians to take vaccines. You know, sometimes last year the government proposed the Control of Infectious Disease Bill 2020, otherwise known as the NCDC Bill, which didn't see the light of the day. So there is nowhere in the law that says that people should be forced to take the vaccine. The Edo State government should come out and point out where it is written in the law that the citizens will be forced to take the vaccine. He said oral proclamations cannot be made to compel people to take the COVID-19 vaccinations. These people are skeptical because they feel there is something more to it, because they wonder that if the government cannot provide food and other basic amenities, why should they be forced to take the vaccine? Amenities, what the government should do is to make everyone see the good in taking the vaccine and not force them to take the vaccine, Osoma said. On our foreign news, these 5 Indian states are in the administering COVID vaccines faster than other foreign countries. The central government on Friday mentioned the names of 5 states which are inoculating coronavirus vaccines faster than some of the top foreign nations, including the United States. With the aim of vaccinating all eligible citizens by the end of 2021, India is leading the world with its high vaccination pace. You too can strengthen the country's endeavor in this fight against COVID-19 by getting vaccinated, an official statement on Twitter read. According to a graph shared by the center at Uttar Pradesh, is leading the chart by administering an average of 11.73 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses per day. It is followed by Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, and Haryana. Uttar Pradesh is vaccinating at a faster pace than the United States, which is inoculating 8.07 lakh doses on an average per day. UP's vaccination rate is also higher than Mexico, Russia, France, and Canada in order. Here are the data of the states with respect to their corresponding countries. Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, 68 lakh. Haryana is vaccinating 1.52 lakh beneficiaries on average daily, as against 85,000 by Canada in a day. With the aim of vaccinating all eligible citizens by the end of 2021, India is leading the world with its high vaccination pace. And on our entertainment news, Nigerians in US celebrate Yoruba culture. It was 2 nights of excitement in New Jersey in the United States of America on Friday and Saturday as Nigeria celebrated the rich and diverse cultures of Yoruba people, tagged Asha culture. The event showcased Yoruba music, masquerades, proverbial sayings, and songs. The night also showcased fashion, AYOGEN, recitation of Yoruba poems, and wrestling, amongst others. The originator of Asha Expo, Temitepe Adeshino, in her remarks, said that every nation must invest in its culture to realize its potentialities and reposition itself for development and progress. Adeshino said Nigerians should do everything possible to ensure the sustainability of its cultural values by promoting and investing in them that many developed nations have shown adherence to, promoting and investing in culture, and urged notable Africans in the US to regard culture as a project that is worth embarking upon. We saw it at Asha Expo as a project worth doing by putting these events together to help bring to the 4 cultural values and tools for realizing our full potential as Africans and as Nigerians in particular. Adeshino said the event will be celebrated annually and called for support from sister organizations and well-meaning people to promote and sustain Yoruba values. In his remarks, Nigerian's Consul General in New York, Ambassador Lot Egopeja, said the event was another wonderful occasion where the organizers showcased Nigerians' rich cultural heritage. And that will be that on our breakfast news this morning. Thanks for watching. I want you to continue to subscribe on our YouTube, Facebook channel. So see you. Have a nice day.